Most of us feel down at some point. Some of us are just better at admitting it than others. Life is a pain sometimes. It kicks you where it hurts and goes places that are uncomfortable. Do you ever feel like something's missing? After the fun goes away and you're alone, does life ever seem kind of worthless? Have you ever thought about why you feel this way? In some cases, it may be mistakes you have made in the past, but most of the time, you simply lack joy. Joy is accepting your current state completely. Relying on emotions from the past or hope in the future is not true joy. Eventually, these things either die away or end up not fulfilling your wants and needs. Then you're back where you started. So how do we find true joy? The easiest way I have found is not to worry about situations. You can't build up things in your mind or it will destroy you emotionally. God did not intend for you to handle things alone. In 1 Peter 5:7 it says, "Cast all your anxiety on him, because he cares for you." Being a deep thinker, and having an overactive imagination, this sometimes becomes hard for me. But one thing I've found, if you roll around in misery or sulk about circumstances, it only makes things worse. I'm not saying to develop a no-care attitude, but seriously, don't worry about things. In your life, you got to do your best. At the end of the day, if it wasn't enough, or you didn't get where you wanted, it isn't your fault. That's where trusting God comes in. In Proverbs 3:5 and 6, it talks about trusting in God, and I'm going to read it in the Message, which is a paraphrased version to get the clearer picture. It says, "Trust in God from the bottom of your heart. Don't try to figure out everything on your own. Listen for God's voice in everything you do, wherever you go. He's the one that will keep you on track. Don't assume that you know it all. Run to God. Run from evil. Your body will glow with health. Your very bones will vibrate with life. Honor God with everything you own. Give him the first and the best. Your barns will burst. Your wine vats will brim over. But don't, dear friend, resent God's discipline. Don't sulk under his loving correction. It is the child he loves that God corrects. A father's delight is behind all of this." God's plan and the hard things in life may be God's plan for you. I want to leave you with this challenge. Make life the best you can. Trust God and find joy in the current.